to get medical help. Due to her psychological fragility and deteriorating physical health, conventional interventions failed, causing her constant suffering. She questioned her resilience as her condition worsened despite medical treatments and surgeries. Despite the chaos, family prayers and support gave comfort and strength. Despite the odds, she persisted. She turned to prayer to share her anguish and confusion with a higher power for strength and peace. Her physical frailty continued to draw outside judgment, deepening her isolation and vulnerability. A dark night marked a turning point. Suffocating breaths, nausea, and extreme discomfort engulfed her in a terrifying episode. Her body shook violently, like an internal earthquake. She struggled to calm down, hoping for a brief disturbance. Legs faltering, fear of collapse, loss of consciousness, and life looming. Finally, she fell to her room floor. Unfocused, reality distorted. Suddenly, her awareness seemed to leave her body like a freed bird. She marveled at her detachment from her frail body on the ground. Her reflection was horribly pale and emaciated due to prolonged mirror avoidance. Despite the detachment, she remained engulfed in intense agony and distress, an unrelenting adversary. Her soul seemed fragmented, her existence slipping away. Desperately, she attempted to restore normalcy, but found herself trapped within an intangible confinement. Despite trying to call out to her mother, her voice dissipated into the darkness, fear gripping her as her pleas went unanswered. In an unexpected instant, a vast, swirling abyss of impenetrable blackness manifested above her head, an eerie sight that spun relentlessly, as though it harbored a relentless intent, drawing her consciousness into its ominous depths, cloaking her thoughts in its unfathomable shadows. The passage through this inexplicable tunnel led her to a state of suspension within pitch-black surroundings, a weightless sensation enveloping her entire being, as if gravity itself had relinquished its hold. Amidst this profound darkness, a solitary point of light gleamed distantly, beckoning her onward with an almost palpable allure. Transitioning through that radiant beacon, a breathtaking panorama unfurled before her eyes, a dazzling spectacle that unfolded in a breathtaking display of beauty and wonder. Enclosed within an expanse of vibrant, fragrant flowers, each an exquisite testament to nature's perfection, she found herself utterly mesmerized, captivated by the intricate details that adorned each delicate bloom. A distant vista, painted in hues of turquoise, enticed her, offering a sanctuary where pain and anguish held no sway, a sublime indication of her arrival into an otherworldly paradise. Within this ethereal realm, a figure materialized before her. Her grandmother, bearing an inexplicable youthfulness that defied the passage of time, reminiscent of her prime at the age of 30. Despite her grandmother's departure at the age of 72, succumbing to the grasp of cancer, her appearance remained frozen in the memory of her childhood. Witnessing her now, content and thriving in this celestial existence, evoked an overwhelming surge of joy and warmth within her. Extended before her was an invitation from her grandmother to meet Jesus, igniting an indescribable rush of excitement that coursed through her being. The desire to meet him had been a lifelong yearning that now seemed on the brink of fulfillment. Hand in hand with her grandmother, they traversed the vibrant meadow, the brilliance of the light intensifying her perception until she discerned a figure approaching from the horizon. As the figure drew nearer, a wave of recognition washed over her. It was Jesus himself. Locking eyes with him, an inexplicable sensation stirred within her, causing tears to stream freely down her cheeks. His gaze held an indescribable tenderness, akin to a mother comforting her distressed child. And within his look, all anxiety and turmoil dissipated, replaced by an overwhelming sense of serenity. Confiding in him about her arduous battle with anorexia and the pervasive apathy surrounding her, his response conveyed a depth of understanding and empathy, assuring her of his eternal love and unwavering care. His consoling words carried the promise of healing for her shattered heart. His visage materialized before her, dark brown hair, deep brown eyes, exuding a powerful aura in his unadorned, simplistic attire, devoid of embellishments. Within him radiated a blend of simplicity and boundless wisdom, an aura of authority and compassion intertwined. In a light-hearted exchange, she playfully complimented his appearance, to which he responded with a gentle smile, emphasizing the insignificance of external appearances. Their shared laughter formed a bond between them, while his serene demeanor offered a sense of reassurance. Conversations with Jesus spanned the enigmatic tapestry of life, unraveling mysteries and offering solace to her lingering queries. A profound connection burgeoned between them as Jesus entrusted her with a divine mission, urging her to disseminate her revelations upon her return. Her resolute commitment elicited an embrace, emanating an overwhelming sense of love and empowerment, as though the entire universe stood steadfastly behind her, infusing her spirit with courage and hope, a moment etched into her soul. Upon her abrupt return to her corporeal form, a powerful jolt surged through her, akin to a plummet from towering heights. As her eyelids fluttered open, she found herself lying in bed, worlds away from the serene realm she had briefly inhabited. The longing for a place where sorrow and anguish held no dominion, replaced by an all-encompassing warmth and tranquility, consumed her. Disoriented and dizzy, she declined her mother's suggestion of a hospital visit, opting instead for much-needed rest, yearning for the serenity she had briefly tasted. As she reclined on her bed, lost in introspection, she pondered the astonishing encounter she had experienced, a poignant fusion of yearning for an otherworldly realm and an acknowledgement of her terrestrial purpose. Unexpectedly, hunger pangs surged back, unlike any sensation she had encountered in years. Each morsel consumed became a celebration, a revelry in the myriad flavors and diverse textures of sustenance, delighting in genuine pleasure that had been absent for an extended duration. Several days elapsed before her mother arranged a visit to the hospital. Despite a thorough examination yielding no abnormalities, the doctor reached out later, bewildered by an enigmatic revelation. Her kidney function, inexplicably, had reverted to normalcy, an occurrence confounding the entirety of the medical community. She attributed this miraculous recovery to the touch of Jesus, a divine intervention that healed both her physical vessel and her spiritual essence. A month subsequent to the baffling hospital incident, a return to the medical facility unveiled a considerable weight gain coupled with an extraordinary enhancement in health. Bolstered by newfound courage, she resolved to divulge her extraordinary encounter to her mother. However, her narrative was met with skepticism and reluctance to accept the truth, particularly regarding the involvement of her grandmother. Her mother, convinced she had gleaned these intricacies from external sources, dismissed the account despite her lack of personal familiarity with her grandmother's story beyond a solitary photograph. In her earnest attempt to substantiate her account and sway her mother's disbelief, she faced persistent skepticism. Disheartened by the lack of validation, she chose to maintain silence amidst the pervasive skepticism, a profound sense of isolation seeping into her authentic experience. In defiance of external doubt, her faith remained resolute. She clung steadfastly to the notion of heaven as her abode, a forthcoming reunion with Jesus a certainty. Within her unwavering belief, she unearthed resilience, drawing strength from the palpable reality of God's omnipresence enveloping her. Despite external skepticism, she remained anchored in the assurance of divine protection and guidance, discovering solace within an unshakable faith.